Hey everybody, this is Dan from Firestorm Gear. Just wanted to give everybody a quick update on some product, or two products actually in particular that we got today. We got these shipped in direct from Israel. Obviously this is just a regular Glock 17. Nothing special about that. This is just a standard PMag, the Glock PMags. What we got in today was this. This is the Micro-Roni. This is a pistol carbine conversion kit made by CAA, and I just want to open the case and show you what's inside, just to give you kind of a box opening video, show you what to expect. This is the more advanced version of the kit. That I do have another one that is not you don't need a Class 3 license for. It is not an NFA item that you have to have a license for. In this case, I'm going to pop the top open here. The latches are a little tight, but once we open this guy up, in here we have the actual Micro-Roni chassis itself. We have a, in this particular case, this one is the advanced kit. So this one has the red dot optic, does have a flashlight, does come with a sling, and some other pieces, parts here. So what I wanted to do is show you guys exactly how this all goes together and show you what this looks like. So let's get started. We have here, again, because this is not connected here, I will pull out the optic, the actual chassis itself. These are thumb rests. I'll show you where these go. We also have a flashlight. Actually, this is a flashlight that goes onto the Roni itself, but it actually is part of a larger kit. This is actually kind of cool. I'll show you exactly what this does. We have wrenches, a lens cleaning cloth, and our sling in the case. Okay, so let me close up the case here. I'm just going to push this to the side. So the chassis itself, our red dot, our light, our thumb braces, or thumb rest I should say, and the sling itself. And I'll bring the Glock into frame again. The other thing that this kit comes with is it comes with the ability to do a extension. So you see here it says a 10-round magazine extension for Glock 17. These come with the kit. These are made by CAA, Hartmann. This is out of Israel. This particular one, this is just a regular standard Glock mag. You can see it's just Glock Austria mag. This is a standard 17-round mag. But in this case, by putting this on, it comes with the base here, and it comes with an extended spring. It's the same floor plate as the regular Glock. So all I did is I took off the floor plate, took out the spring, put on the extender, put the new spring in, slapped the same old floor plate on it, and we have an extended mag. So with this, I'm going to set that to the side as well, and we will start putting this guy together. So with this, I'm going to open up this stock, and as I said, with this particular stock, this makes this an NFA item. The reason why this is an NFA is because this is actually the front grip. You cannot have a front grip on a pistol without having a Class 3 license or an SOT. This back here, having this standard stock back here, also requires a license. We do have our Class 3 license at Firestorm Gear, so we can order Class 3 equipment and firearms. But in this case, you'll see here, these two particular features make this an NFA item. Now, buying the stock by itself does not constitute a NFA item. So anyone can own this stock. What you do have to register is your pistol. This is where it gets a little interesting. So the stock itself is not a serial numbered item. Your pistol is a serial number item. So what you do is you register your pistol as a short-barreled rifle, an SBR. So when you put it into the stock, your Glock is the SBR. What that means, though, is this. Your Glock this is what the Glock that you use for your NFA is the only Glock that you can use in this stock. So it locks your Glock, whatever Glock you have, to this particular Roni. So the two have to go together. In this case, it's not. You can change your Roni. The Roni is insignificant in this, but your Glock is the one that is the one that has to be used with the NFA, if that makes sense. So the cool thing about this particular Roni, this is their Gen 4. The Gen 4s are good for Glock 19s, 23s, 32s, 17s, 22s, and 31s. The way this works is that this is basically, it's not a barrel extension. It's what it does is it gets very close to the front of the Glock barrel. And this is, it's essentially an extension of I guess you could say it's a barrel extension essentially. But more importantly, it's obviously a safety device to keep the gases and everything blowing down range rather than having it have any issues or hit any part of the internal mechanisms at all while your projectile is going down the barrel. In this case, the way that this works is this. On the bottom here, there is a button right here. What you can do is you depress that button down, this latch pushes back and lifts up. Inside of here, there is this part right here. This part does not come out. It stays with the Micro Roni itself. This part does have to be back completely in order to insert your pistol. So what you do is you take your Glock, you stick it into the chassis, as such, okay? It will sit inside of this area right here. So all you do is you place it in, it sits in that area, it literally will click in, okay? And then all you have to do here is take your Glock, push it forward until you hear an audible click. So just like that. And what happens here is that locks your Glock in forward. There's actually a locking mechanism that I believe locks around the trigger guard, which locks it in place. Or it might actually be on the rail. I'm not sure which. I'll have to find out which. As I said, I just got these in today, so I'm learning as you're learning. The cool part about this as well is that once you put this down, this back part down, all you have to do is push it forward. You'll notice here there's a small little window right here. As you push this latch forward back here, once you push that forward, there's a little green indicator here showing that this is actually locked. So that means you're good to go. Once that's in there like that, once you pull back your cocking mechanism, you'll see that your slide goes back and goes back forward. So that part here, your charging handle, links to the back part of your slide. In this case, I have already safety checked this. I'll safety check it again just to make sure. We'll notice that there is nothing in the barrel, and there's no magazine in the gun, nor is there any ammo around where I am working here. So that is inserting the gun. Now, in order to take the gun out, all we have to do is press this button in the back again, push this back, hinge it down, just like that. Then on the front here, there are, I'll move these other items out of the way here real quick. There is this little latch right here, as well as this latch on the other side. All you have to do is depress those latches on either side, pull the pistol back, like that, and lift it out. This is easier done when it's on the shoulder, believe it or not. It's very, very quick and very easy to do once it's on your shoulder. But again, putting it back in, All we do is we put the pistol in like that. It'll click in to the back here. We're just going to push your pistol forward until it clicks. Bring that gate back forward. Lock it forward. Now it's in and ready to go. Now, with the other accessories that we have here, we have these thumb rests. These thumb rests will fit onto these side Picatinny rails. You'll notice that there are some thumb rests here, but what these are more defined thumb rests. And these just literally click on. You'll see these little tabs here fit to the Picatinny rail itself. So I'll put one on this side. Now you don't need to put one on either side. I put them on both sides just in case I would transition from left to right. So it gives you that ability to, when you grab hold of this particular one, again, this is the reason why this is an NFA, is this front grip right here. Once you grab hold of that forward, you have an area to put your thumb on. Makes it a lot more secure to grab hold of the pistol. Now, with this, I also want to introduce and basically give you a little bit more information on how this grip works as well. This grip also includes the ability to flip this up. This is basically your safety. So by flipping this up and down, it clicks in, clicks off, and clicks on. It is ambidextrous, it's on both sides. So moving one on one side moves the one on the other. But what this does is by clicking this up here, obviously you're not going to be able to hit the trigger. So by taking the safety, quote unquote safety, off, by flipping that down, you now have access to your trigger. Okay? But with this grip as well, there is the ability to take, this is just a PMAG, same PMAG I had, take that Glock PMAG, put it into that front grip, and now you have a spare magazine built into the grip. So you can very easily grab hold of the magazine, pull it down, and you have another spare magazine to work with. So if you needed a spare mag, or if you needed just a little bit more area to place your front hand, you can use a spare mag on that front grip. You'll also notice the niceties that they've done with this in that they've matched the Gen 4 grip on the side. This happens to be a Gen 4 Glock. They've matched the Gen 4 stippling on the side to have it match rather nicely, I think. And then the 27 round mag you can also put obviously in your Glock like that. Okay. The red dot sight, it is a rubberized, it almost feels like it's a rubberized coated metal micro sight. The base here though is a polymer. It is not a standard like an aluminum or metal. It is a polymer, but it is a very strong polymer. In this case, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, on the one side, there we go, on this side, there's a screw right here. I'm just going to loosen that screw just to allow that Picatinny rail adapter to open up there. I'm going to take the bikini cover off, and you'll notice here that on the front there is a flash hider. So what you would use that for, and it's removable, you can just unscrew it. What you would use that for is if you were firing in the dark or anything like that, you would not want to get a glint of light from the side so somebody could see your position. So what you do is you take this kill flash, and it just threads onto the front, and it's basically like a little screen that hides that ability to see a glint from the side. Okay, so I'm just going to take this sight, I'm going to hook it to the top, whoop, just like that. I'm going to take my Allen wrench and put it in there like that, thread it in, and you can mount this, because it's a red dot, you can mount it anywhere on the top. Some people say to mount it further forward, some people say to mount it further back. It's up to you where you want to mount it. That is now on. So we have the ability, it does have the ability to turn it up and down. So here's your brightness, so you have 0 through 11, and it does change your brightness. There is a windage and an elevation adjustment on this. That windage and elevation, though, is not click adjustable. It's basically just a as you spin it, there's no click. I kind of wish they would have done this with a click adjustable, but you can actually put any red dot you want on this. You could do aim point or anything like that, would work perfectly fine in here as well. This just happens to be the red dot that comes along with the kit, with the advanced kit, I should say. On the front of this, you'll notice this part here, which is a slightly different color than the rest of it, just like the bolt handle. I'm not sure why they did this. It's almost like an OD green or very, very dark FDE. But this back part and this front part are a slightly different color. But with this on the front, there are these buttons on either side. There's one here and there's one here. If you take and depress those while pulling this forward, this is just a blank that is on the front. This part here can be used for the flashlight. The cool part of this flashlight is it has the ability to you can place this onto your belt, and if you needed to deploy it, you can easily take and this part here, there's a little depression here that you can pull up on either side. You have to pull them both up on either side, and it slides off this rail. What's nice about this is I have the ability to use this flashlight then as just a standard flashlight if I needed to. This bottom part with this depression I push up and down can actually be used to slide onto a Picatinny rail. So I could use this on an AR or any other gun that I want to slide this on and use as a weapons light. The nice thing is that you can activate it from the side. You can also activate it from the back. There's a small button in the back that is used to activate that. This you'll notice that there's a part on the side here. There's a knurled part here. One side won't do anything. The other side will turn it off and on. This is because there is a flashlight built into a casing in here. Only one side of this will activate the button that activates the light. The other side doesn't do anything. So you'll notice that one side will actually work and one side won't. That is normal. That is the way it was built. With this, if you want to take the light out completely in order to mount it to the Micro Roni, there are these tabs on either side, one here and one here. You depress both those tabs while pulling the flashlight forward, just like that. I inadvertently turned it on, but pulling it forward, and that will bring out the flashlight itself. Now you can see here that there is just a standard flashlight here, a very bright flashlight, within this casing here. So you can replace the batteries in the flashlight and all that. There are two small tabs on either side. All you have to do is lift up those tabs on either side, and the whole casing will come apart, just like that. Inside of here, you'll notice there is a small flashlight. It'll actually say Roni, Micro Roni on it. But you'll also notice that there is a button on the side of this flashlight. That is what interacts with that button on the side here. So you'll notice on this side, that obviously turns it on and off. There is no button on this side. So we'll just snap this back together, okay? Your flashlight here will actually just slide into the Micro Roni. You notice here I have it on the activation switch on the right side of the gun. I can easily change that to the left side though by literally just taking the flashlight out. I'm just going to hit those two tabs, one on either side of the gun, flip it around, and put it back in. So there is no top or bottom to it. That way now, it now is activated from this side of the gun. Okay? So, the last part here, on the bottom of the gun itself, there's a QD sling swivel. With this particular one, this does come with the QD sling swivel. Some of the other ones do not. But this one does. And it will allow us to take our sling that comes along with the kit. I'm just going to pull the Velcro off of here. I'm going to slide my QD sling swivel out. I'm going to wrap this just like this around here. Bring this back up just like that. Slide that back into there. And now we have a single point sling that we can utilize with our pistol. The other nice thing about this is it does have a collapsible stock or side folding stock. You'll notice on the side here there is a button. I can press that button, depress it, slide the stock to the side, and there is a small knob here that the stock will literally click into. In order to pull the stock back out, all you have to do is slightly lift the stock, slide it out, or fold it out, and it will click back in place, giving you the ability to fire the gun either with the stock deployed like this or folded. Either way, the firearm can be fired. And you have access to your, I'm going to pull this QD sling swivel out, just make it a little bit easier. You have access to your slide release here. So I can just hit my standard slide release on the side to work the slide release. Your magazine release is in the same spot. It doesn't cover that up. You use the same that comes on the pistol. You do have the ability to use a charging handle from the left side of the gun or the right side. There is no, obviously because the Glock 17 that I'm using does not have a mag release on this side, nor does it have a slide release on this side. But if you did have the 19X or anything like that, you were not going to be able to use a slide release. But if you did change the mag release to the other side, if you're a lefty, if you've changed your gun to use left-handed mag release, then you can certainly do that. But the rest of the controls on the gun are basically ambidextrous, other than with the flashlight. Again, we've talked about how that's just on the one side. This particular kit also comes with iron sights. These ones are just like a plastic or a polymer M-bus sight. They are adjustable, and in this case, I believe, they're slightly click adjustable. The rear sight is. The front sight is adjustable. It's just basically like a AR front sight. So there's a pin that you basically can just take an AR front sight adjustment tool and stick it on there. In order to bring them back down, all you have to do is this part here. You can either push this way or push from the other side, and they just fold back down. Same thing with the back here. This you push either this side or you can push from this side, and this will fold back down. So if you need to use your iron sights, you have iron sights on this particular gun. That is the Micro Roni. I am actually very excited to see this come in. It's a very, very, very cool piece to have access to and be able to bring to our customers. Having this ability to easily shoulder a pistol and give you a lot more stability, I think is very advantageous for police or any military applications. And having the ability to easily take your pistol and if you don't need it in the chassis, easily bring it back, pull these two tabs forward or down, and bring your gun out. Makes it very easy to deploy as a pistol or put it back into the chassis, slap it forward, slap that forward, and be able to utilize your gun as a short-barreled rifle. So something like that. I think this is actually very, very, very forward-thinking on CAA's part, and I'm very, very pleased to be able to offer this particular product to our customers. The other aspect, obviously, like I said, this is the NFA version. The other one that we do have as well is the Micro Roni that is non-NFA. So anyone can use this one without a Class 3 or anything like that. So when we open this particular case, inside of here, we have our non-NFA brace, and we have our, this is the way the pistol, the magazine extension comes, is it comes in a bag with the longer spring and the extension, the base plate extension. With this, you'll notice we still have the folding stock, but in this case, rather than having a stock such as this one, where we have our standard stock, this one has the pistol brace on the back. So I'm going to take my Glock out of the Micro-Roni up here, the NFA version. I'm going to slide this Glock 17 out of here. Okay, I'm going to place my Micro-Roni to the side here and show you how this particular version works. Now, the other thing I want to mention is the Ronis are not just made for Glocks. They were originally made to work with Glocks and their Jericho pistols. So the Israeli IDF uses a pistol called the Jericho, and these were originally made to work with those too. However, they do manufacture them to work with SIGs, Berettas, Glocks, Smith & Wessons, and several other pistols. It is not every gun that they work with. They do offer a large variety of different guns that you can get these to work with. But keep in mind that when you get this for a, like say, a Beretta or a SIG, that is only good to work with that particular gun. If you wanted to use your chassis with a different gun, you would have to purchase another chassis to work with a different gun. So I can't just take a SIG and put it into this chassis because this one is designed for the Glock 17. But in this case, this is the non-NFA version, and this one is good with the Glock 17, the 22, and the 31. And it actually will say that stamped on the very front part of the Micro-Roni. You'll notice here we have the same aspects. We have the upper Picatinny rail. We have the side Picatinny rails, just like we do on the other. In this case, it comes apart roughly about the same. I'm going to slide this upside down like this. We have our same button release on the bottom. We'll slide this guy back, lift him up, just like that. But in this case, this one is actually what they call their Gen 3.5. This one is meant to work with the Glock Gen, I believe it works with Gen 3s, Gen 4s, and Gen 5s. This particular one, rather than having the slide part stay inside of the chassis, this slide portion actually does come out and will lock on to the top of the slide. Now, it will be a slightly tight fit. When you push this on, it's not going to be as easy as the Gen 4. I'm hoping that they come out with the Gen 4 version of this relatively soon to be able to have that integration that the Gen 4 has, where you can just basically just slide it right in. However, once you put this part on, which is the hardest part, which is not that hard, all you have to do is just take the pistol, just like on the Gen 4 version, put it in, slide it forward until it clicks. You hear an audible click, just like that. Bring the latch back up, and you'll notice there's the same window here. Once I bring this latch forward, there is instead of being green, there's actually a red dot inside of here. One of the other things is obviously it does not have the forward grip. That is considered by the ATF to be an NFA issue, so they don't put the forward grip on here. You do have the pistol brace though on the back. As per the ATF regulations as it exists today, October 2018, this can be shouldered. So it's something that you can legally shoulder this pistol brace. I'm not sure what the laws will be in the future, but this one can be shouldered. Other than that, it works exactly the same way. So you do have your charging handles on either side. In this case, this one does utilize a slide release that is built into the frame itself. So this button here, rather than having access to the, slide release that's built into the pistol, this one has a slide release that's built into the chassis itself. So all you have to do is, once it's locked back, just to press this side right here down, and it'll release the slide on your Glock or on your pistol. This one has the same option to be able to use a light. So it does have a plug in the front right now, but you can easily slide that out and put your flashlight into it. This one does have the ability also for a QD sling swivel mount in the bottom. And again, I can utilize the same accessories that I have on the other one on here. I can put my thumb rests on the sides if I wanted. Other than the fact that, like I said, other than the fact that it does have, the other one does have that front grip and the actual stock, it is basically the exact same configuration as the other. Very, very nice. It shoulders very well. Comes apart basically the exact same way. All we have to do is depress this button in the back, slide this back slightly, push it down, just like that. Okay. Bring your, it has the same tabs on it, just like the other one did. We'll bring these tabs down, bring our gun back, slide it back. Okay, and you'll notice that when we bring it down, we still have our charging handle attached to the back. All we have to do is just lift that up, and it will literally just pop off, and we have access to our gun. Now, you can still utilize your gun if this is still on the back. So you can actually still use this to charge your gun if you wanted to. So it's not something that you have to take this off once you pull the gun out. You could use this even if you wanted to just use it by itself to be able to work the slide. If you had problems working the slide on a Glock, you can even wrap your 2 fingers around the back to make it a little bit easier to work the slide. So it's not something that you have to take off the back. The one problem is that the back of this, you'll notice, actually does cover up the rear sight. So it's something that you would use in a pinch. It is not necessarily something that you would use all the time. So if you need to pull out your pistol and fire, just be aware that this rear sight is going to be covered by the charging handle. But again, a very, very, very nice system. It's very forward-thinking, extremely capable, and something that would be considerably cheaper than some people. I know some people like to buy the AR 9mm rifles, but having the ability to actually take your current pistol and put it into a short barrel rifle chassis does come in handy. Something like this would normally retail for about the non-NFA without any of the accessories on it would normally retail for anywhere between $360 and about $385. Very, very nice, so very capable, extremely durable. So this would be $385. For the other one, the Micro-Roni, that is an NFA item, this one is the advanced kit. So this one does include the front and rear iron sights, the red dot, all of which you can get from a number of different manufacturers. The front flashlight is very, very nice. I do highly, highly recommend it. It is very, very bright and very capable as far as mounting into the system. And also having, obviously, that front grip where you can actually pull out the mag. Initially, the putting in the mag is easy. Pulling out the mag is a little bit difficult on these newer ones. I'm assuming that this will actually start to work in and make it a little bit easier to pull that out. Something like this with the advanced kit like this would be roughly around probably about $680 to $700 for the full kit like this. And again, this is an NFA item. You would need to have an SOT or a Class 3 license in order to purchase something like, well, anybody can purchase something like this. But in order to use it with your Glock pistol, you would have to register this. Whereas, again, this one that has the pistol brace and without the front grip does not need to be registered. Anybody can purchase one of these. Anybody can use one of these. It is not a restricted item, and anyone can purchase and use these anytime they want. It's just the other one that is an NFA. If anyone has any questions regarding this or any other products, please let us know. You can get in touch with us via Facebook or Twitter, or on Twitter we're at Firestorm Gear, and we also have on Facebook, it's facebook.com/firestormgear. You can also get in touch with us via our website, www.firestormgear.com. And you also have access to us via, you can just call us on the phone. We are at 330-887-2447. Or you can also stop into our retail location. We are going to be moving soon, but we are still located in Medina. and check up on our Facebook site to get any updates about our current move schedules and things like that. But we will be carrying these. We are a full dealer for CAA, and like I said, we do purchase these direct from Israel, which is really, really nice. So again, if you have any questions about this or any other products, please let us know. Until next time, this is Dan saying, stay at the ready. Thanks a lot.